not only do we have a huge packed show, we have a huge packed pre-show. Probably too much, which is pretty much every day the case, basically, is what's going on. And Jason Carter's going to be here, so that should be a lot of fun. Mario asked if the video is playing for anyone else. Well, I just went live. Was getting my stuff together. But we're going to run through a little bit of this. I'm going to try, and I know that I say this every time, we're going to try not to go too over on this, both because there's a little bit of prep left to do, but also I'm starting to wonder if there's like, oh, was Bart in the back? I'm starting to wonder if it's messing with the notifications when we go too long. Like there might be like a time where it won't immediately trigger another notification, and I don't want the pre-show to make it so that people don't know that the main show is live. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to launch into this thing. Thank you, everybody who's already joined us. 1,333 of you. Please hit the like button if you haven't already. You can share the pre-stream because we've just started and we're going to be going for a little bit. What should we start with today? Let's start with an update. An update on an update, because we've been following this, this pharmacist who's now being charged with purposefully destroying 500 doses of the vaccine. And every update makes the story just a little bit more confirmed that our original suspicions were probably true. Hey, Elder Dragon, how's it going? Morning, squad. So originally we'd heard that the doses have been destroyed. Tammy Edwards, welcome to YouTube membership. So we'd originally learned that the doses had been destroyed, and then we found out that they were intentionally destroyed. Then we found out that they were intentionally destroyed so that people would think that they were getting vaccinated, but they wouldn't be because the vaccine, needs to be stored at a certain temperature so it wouldn't work, which seemed to me to be an anti-vaxxer, a conspiracy theorist. That's the sort of person that would do that. Now we find out, thanks to NBC News, that the person does believe vaccine conspiracy theories. He's an admitted conspiracy theorist. He apparently called himself that, which is an interesting road to go down. Tisha Walls, welcome to YouTube membership. He apparently told investigators that he believed that COVID-19 vaccine wasn't safe for people and could harm them and change their DNA. He admitted that this was an intentional act. So he is purposefully destroying the vaccine so that people can't take it because he believes that it's going to mess with their DNA. Now, a couple things about this. One, I'm going to assume that while you might have concerns about whether medicine might have bad side effects or something like that, most medicine does have side effects, and you do have to consider that. I would say that expired medicine probably not more likely to be good for you. Like if you think that it's going to mess with your DNA, making it like go bad, that doesn't seem like that would be better necessarily. Now, I'm not a pharmacist. That said, pharmacists can apparently be anti-vaccine conspiracy theorists. So I guess they don't have the stringent quality standards for admitting people through these programs as I thought, at least at some schools. But anyway, I don't know if we're going to get any more updates on this. So this is the third, but at this point, I feel like we kind of know everything that we need to know about it. This is a person who doesn't believe that people should get vaccinated, at least this vaccine. I can't say for sure that this person doesn't believe that any vaccines work, but this is a pharmacist, someone who studied for years, went through a program to get this, and they were trying to cause people to believe, because bear in mind, this isn't a person who's just going out and saying, please don't get vaccinated. It's a person who wants people to falsely believe that they have been vaccinated. You're a pharmacist. You're supposed to be helping people. You're effectively a doctor of a particular sort, and this person wants other people to get COVID. Just Me says, I get a notification that says your main show starts in 30 minutes, no matter how long the live show goes. Interesting. Okay. I didn't know about that. Coffees for Closer says, what will happen if today's runoff becomes a repeat of the November election? Well, here's the thing. It's gonna be. I mean, what? Like, Loeffler and Perdue are gonna lose, and like tonight they're gonna concede in advance of the attempt to overthrow the election. Like, they're gonna try to overthrow a different election tomorrow no matter what. They're not gonna accept this one. By the way, the Republicans could totally win. Or one of them could win, at the very least. It's entirely possible. There's a lot of reasons to believe that that could be the case. This is not in any way a lock. This is Georgia, remember. Been very red for a very long time, so just moderate your expectations. It would be great to get them out. They are two reprehensible people, especially in the context of this last year in the pandemic, but they could still win. Dragon Squad First Class, welcome to Tier 1 membership. Enjoy the new Dr. Johnny Bananas emoji. Also, to give you an update about what the show is going to be like today. So we have Jason Carter. It's going to be a lot of fun. Jesus is in the background. Jesus is directing. When was the last time that happened? He's saying, how's it going, Jesus? So the show is basically going to be about Georgia. We've got a couple of other stories, including some international news and other things like that. But there's going to be quite a bit about Georgia, some last-minute stories while the vote is going on. By the way, hope everyone is, in fact, voting. Get out there if you're in the area. Brishy says, if Trump isn't punished, we will forever lose control of elected officials. Well, so I don't disagree with the sentiment and other sorts of sentiment like that. Wait, John Shepard says, why are people randomly walking in the background? Well, for the first time, we normally at this time of day, I'm literally the only person here. But today, he needs to direct in person. So there's an extra person here. About the fact that like it sets a precedent. I mean, the only thing I would say to moderate that is, it is just it's continuing the precedent. The idea that basically you can break the law as president and get away with it, that's not new with Trump. I mean, it's, possibly worse in some ways with Trump, but it's not new. It's continuing. We're not establishing any precedent. We are regrettably continuing the trend where presidents are above the law. Tyerg says, did you see my art pic you tweeted to you? If not, check it out. Artists All Day Instagram inspired by this show. I didn't yet, but could you send me a message on Instagram? I do occasionally check that, and I would love to see it. Thank you. John Tess says, plot twist. The pharmacist is the hero who saves Wisconsin town from the zombie apocalypse. Well, look, that's the thing. That's what that person thinks. They're just wrong. Okay, let's talk about another. Oh, you know what? Actually, you brought up the consequences. So there is a fight right now inside of the Democratic caucus about those consequences. So you have people like Ilhan Omar saying that she wants to impeach Trump before he leaves office. So impeach him for a second time. She says that he and his allies have become more emboldened by not being held accountable. Representative Omar is obviously 100% correct there. She says the Constitution does not make exceptions for the amount of time the president has left in office or the popular support they have, and we cannot either. AOC said, if it was up to me, there'd be articles on the floor quite quickly. Now, there's not a lot of Democrats that are saying he should be impeached again. People like, Hank Johnson is saying that there should be a censure because it's a violation of state and federal law. Henry Cuellar says it was borderline criminal, but there's not enough time for an impeachment hearing. We're not happy, but we'll leave it to other officials. Tim Ryan said any other president would be impeached, but we've got the virus and public health to take care of. And yesterday, Hakeem Jeffries, you probably saw, said, we're not looking backward, we're looking forward. Which, by the way, if you are going to try to make the case that, for whatever reason, let's not provide consequences, my advice to you would be do it with literally any other rhetorical flourish other than we're looking forward, not backward, because that is literally like the joke about not prosecuting people for their crimes is the Obama thing. We're going to look forward, not going to look back. Just say something else. By the way, there were some cases made there there's not time for impeachment hearings, which is kind of true. There are not times to have formal hearings, which would mean it would have to be an expedited sort of thing. Now, you could say it's still worth it. It's still a good idea. I would argue that it's difficult because I totally agree with what Representative Omar is saying. The issue is that he has been impeached already, so it's not going to lead to him being kicked out. And even if it were, he's going to be kicked out in 2 weeks. Not impeaching him over it does continue, the lack of incentives to not engage in this sort of illegal behavior. The issue is, I don't think it would matter for Trump anyway. I don't know if it would matter. Unless they actually get kicked out, it doesn't appear that impeachment is what it once was, that it has the ability to change their behavior. It didn't for Donald Trump. He still did all sorts of crazy. By the way, I'm not just saying crazy stuff after the election, McCall and stuff. Look how he acted between impeachment and losing the election. Did he seem like a guy that had been chastised and was really thinking hard about what he was doing? So look, I don't think that it's going to happen. I don't think there's much time. My knee-jerk reaction is to say that doing it super quickly for this would, in theory, open the floodgates later on for the Republicans to do it too. But bear in mind, they're going to do that anyway. It's complicated because everybody is literally the worst. That's the main issue. That's a big issue going forward. John's Venn diagram of desire says 3K watching and only 1K likes. Come on, people, click like. Good morning, John. Good morning. Welcome to the YouTube. Normally see you on Twitch. Yeah, if you could hit the like button, that'd be absolutely great as we go forward. Really appreciate it. It could become like a habit, you know, a little bit of exercise in the morning, click it. Meow. Melissa Gon says, without you, I'd be unable to shut down my Trump supporting relatives. Thanks for the knowledge. Well, I appreciate that. I hope that it has helped. Okay, let's see. Misanthropist, aka Satanic Dragon. Check out the Zombie Fallout series by Mark Tufo. It involves a vaccine. I haven't seen that, but I'm not too worried in this particular case, but thank you. Tabamir Kerr says, just got my order of 2 strong coffee yesterday. Now I found $5 to do this chat. I love you guys. Thank you so much. Hope you enjoy the coffee. I went through a whole bag of it, actually. I didn't find it to be too strong. I found it to be strong. Danger Dave says, why couldn't just anyone call the FBI and report a crime? Like, if I saw Trump literally break into a bank vault, couldn't I as a citizen report it? You could. I don't know that even in that case that anything would be done. Grizzly Dragon says, John, you were going to talk about Lizard Squad yesterday. You left it hanging. Oh, that's a good point. Yes, I didn't get to Lizard Dragon because we went so over we didn't have time, or Lizard Squad. So here is what the Lizard Squad was about. Linwood, the absolutely insane Trumpist lawyer, he was talking about, it was just QAnon. He was on a tweet thread about how everyone, the Supreme Court, all the Dems, but somehow not Donald Trump, who hung out with Jeffrey Epstein. It is amazing that they can just have a blind spot for that they want to pitch everyone who they're opposed to as a pedophile, in league with people like Jeffrey Epstein, but Trump, who literally partied with him and talks constantly about how he likes younger women, for some reason, isn't a part of that. And by the way, Trump isn't raping and then murdering little girls on tape, like the conspiracy theory says. God knows what he's done. But anyway, so Lynn Wood says that the agencies do not, which of them was hacked by Lizard Squad? I don't know entirely what his point is, but his point is that there is this conspiracy theory, and he keeps making a reference to Lizard Squad. Oh, okay, so it is a hacker group. So, the 10 of the world's most well-known and elite intelligence agencies, those are the ones that are doing this blackmail scheme. So one of them was hacked by a group known as Lizard Squad. That is how he says he has the key that unlocks videos of the blackmail, of the rape and murder of the children, which is a very convenient sort of weenie thing to say. He wants to imply that he has all this secret access and secret knowledge and everything. And he's also saying, if anything happens to me, it'll be released. He knows nothing is going to happen to him and there's nothing to release. But it makes him seem like this sort of like heroic martyr figure or something like that. But even he has to say, well, no, I just have the key, like, to it. Because if you just had the tapes, he would just release them. But that isn't even that much of a defense because you have the key to it. So you're saying you could prove it. You have these tapes. And yet you're not releasing them. Why is that exactly? Why are you seemingly helping to cover up for this international cabal of satanic pedophiles and baby murderers? It almost seems like you're in league with them if you have access to the information that could blow this whole thing wide open and you're choosing not to, just so that, like, Trump can get reelected. Or that seems relatively minor compared to the international millennia-old conspiracy to rape and murder babies. I would probably reveal that. But I'm not Lynn Wood, and I don't have over 1 million Twitter followers, so apparently he has a better PR strategy than me. Anyway, Grizzly Dragon, thank you for reminding me. FinFan says, my folks love the Xmas gift of True Strong Coffee plus Santa mugs. That sounds fun, FinFan. Glad you had a good Christmas. Melody Taylor, welcome to Tier 1 membership. Nutritionist Liz says, the impeachment does not have to happen while he's still president. May I have Metallica Dragon? You can. Yeah, I'm really torn between, like, obviously it bothers me to no end when there aren't consequences for actions, but I also want the consequences to be consequential. Whether in terms of consequentially affecting the individual person or setting up a precedent, in this case, I just don't know that either of those things would be the case. Texas Webcom, welcome to Tier 1 membership. Alan Smith says conviction from second impeachment would keep him from ever running for federal office again. Well, if he was convicted. Is he going to be convicted? I mean, hypothetically, even if the 2 Dems in Georgia won, could he be convicted? I don't think he's going to run for office again. I'm not saying that he's not going to run for president again. Hypothetically, he could. But he's going to be so old, and so much can happen in 4 years. I guess it's possible. Herum says, escape plan flying saucer. Beetlejuice. Oh, I do have to get to the escape plan in a second. Joe Romero says, you're always rushing, John. When will the pre-show and main show combine into a single hour-and-a-half segment? Well, by the way, Joe, you're right, I am always rushing. The main show is kind of sometimes like an hour and 20 minutes long anyway. My long-term plan is once we can like have people here and things are more set, someday maybe converting TDR to a 2-hour show. We'll see. We'll see. Matthias Giovanni says impeachment would block him from running and open up investigations, and it benefits Republicans who want him out of the way for president. Maybe, but I get what you're saying. I think you're implying that would cause some of them to cross over and vote for it, but that's such a public thing to get him out of the way. He still controls the base. That would get them out of the way too. Like, you can't publicly do that, I don't think. Okay, I can't read this name, but thank you for the super chat. For what reason you blue teenagers 100% believe in MSM, well controlled by big tech? We Hong Kongers and some Japanese are watching what Deep State did. I don't understand, but thank you for the super chat. Angela says, if there are zero consequences to torture, there's zero chance Trump will be brought to justice. There's zero consequences to far worse stuff than torture, even. Like, we've seen that with multiple presidents recently. Will asks, totally unrelated, but have you ever played D&D? Also, you should stream a D&D game for people at TYT. We have talked about that. Now is like a very difficult time to do it, obviously. And as much as we could do it remotely, I really would like to do something like that with people around a table. I think that would be really fun. I do play D&D. In fact, I played D&D last night. I've been playing for some time. Normally as a DM, but I've played in some online stream. There's some videos of me. I did a charity event with Patrick Rothfuss, DM'd by Satine Phoenix, and I did a set of streams with her for the launch of a D&D supplement, actually, which I think is still out there. I'm not sure, but if you search John Irola D&D, it might come up. Mr. Bauer says, morning painted dragon reporting in. There's a video of a lady who, when she was 13, was trafficked to Trump by Epstein. Yes, I have heard about that. Casey Gilbert says, how are progressives supposed to maintain hope when all factions in power are united in assuring even the grossest abuses are rewarded, no future? I mean, gradually taking over, gradually reducing the benefit that they have. Okay. Barry Crocker, welcome to Tier 1 membership. It's always sunny in Fallujah. Thank you for the super chat. I'm trying to catch up so I can finish the news, but I hate to not read these. Dalton Watson, thank you for your super chat. John Mullis says, Frog Division. If you banish him, please don't send him over here to Ireland. Well, it's funny that you say that, because we're sort of going to talk about something just like that. Mark Bugg says, John, me and the fam got the suds. Sorry, SpongeBob reference. I've actually never really watched SpongeBob. Well, I guess I go to the end of the line for vaccines. Keep us in your thoughts. Now I can watch live for 2 weeks straight. Does that mean that you're positive for COVID? I hope not. I just don't know. I don't know SpongeBob. Federico says, couldn't we invoke the 25th Amendment and throw his crazy ass out? Also, is Quantum Dragon taken? Hypothetically, but it still has the same problem as always of the Republicans aren't going to sign on for it. Eric is Gonzo Dragon. Wayne Sugahara says, Wasabi D says, send Trump to Scotland. Oh, wait, never mind. Well, hey, no spoilers. No spoilers. Phyllis Masters, welcome to Tier 1 YouTube membership. Thank you for supporting the channel. Michael's right. The Manhattan DA is the best chance of stopping him from running for office. Adrian Vex says, but if he gets impeached and removed before the inauguration, won't Anna have to return the bet money? Okay, that would be funny. I doubt it, but that would be funny. Valeria Jones says, tip, federal employees now have makeup for those SS taxes that were not withheld from their check from September to December because of executive order. Yeah, there's some consequences. Barry Crocker says, looking to claim Spud Dragon as a new member. Love the pre-show. Keep breathing fire. Thank you. I'm glad that people enjoy the pre-show. We just get to like hang out. Maybe if it becomes a 2-hour show, maybe the first hour could be solo, super casual, you know, like Fox and Friends, but with live chat. Elena Scott says, hi, John. Can I be Animator Dragon? Also, my hubby is Imran Sheikh, the designer of the Vote shirt and the Game of Thrones Watchers on the Wall shirt. We love you. That's all. You're talking about this shirt? That's awesome. Thank you. And you can be Animator Dragon, of course. Alex says, my question is, what is it going to take to open everyone's eyes? Republicans don't care about anyone but their pockets with our money. I mean, what is going to open people's eyes is going to depend on the people. We try every day. Obi-Wan Kenobi says, wait, you played with Patrick Rothfuss? You just became even cooler in my eyes. Thank you. Like, he probably doesn't even remember me. But we played, it was a game where we were all bards. It was just a one-time stream. It was for a charity thing. But it was fun, and he was nice. Untouchable says, love you guys. We all need to support each other. Thank you. I really do appreciate that, and I agree. Representative Omar had a tweet yesterday, and it was about I'm gonna butcher it, but it was something about maintaining like a spirit of love as we fight. Like, I don't want to become super cynical. I don't want to become super negative. Like, we have to be like the movement has to be full. Each of us individually have to be full humans, capable of being driven by emotion as well as thought. Like concern for yourself, obviously, but concern for others. Like there has to be a breadth to the entire thing. And maybe as we transition into 2021, we can recommit to that. David Lee says, "You helped me survive 2020, John. I'm in. I can't call myself a Democrat anymore. Is Schrodinger's dragon taken?" I don't think so, but to find out for sure, I would have to open the box. Okay, wait, hold on 1 second. Does John K-pop? I don't really K-pop. KH, welcome to Tier 2 membership. Enjoy the top 10s, including, we just posted yesterday, and it's available now, Francesca and I, the top 10 predictions for 2021, as well as the past top 10s. We're at 3 now. Echo the Cat says, "I would like Echo's Dragon, if available, please." It is. It is. You see that? I echoed it. Goldie Fawn says, "Love the pre-show, maybe more than the main." Well, that's crazy, but thank you. And Gabrielle, thank you for your super chat. Okay, so let's talk about the main story. Meatloaf criticized Greta. Whatever, Meatloaf. You disappoint me. I like Paradise by the Dashboard Light, but anyway, so here's the story. Here's some drums for you. Supposedly, according to a report, a plane that Donald Trump sometimes uses is scheduled to land in Scotland the day before Joe Biden's inauguration, according to a Scottish newspaper. This is Prestwick Airport, which we've talked about before because he has the property nearby and all of that. A source at the newspaper a source at the airport told the newspaper that it's more frequently used by the vice president or the first lady, although Trump has used it on previous trips abroad. A White House spokesperson says anonymous sources who claim to know what the president is or is not considering have no idea. When President Trump has an announcement about his plans for January 20th, he will let you know, which, by the way, is sort of, that's admitting that his plans are not going to be the inauguration. Certainly not him getting inaugurated, or else those would be the plans. But anyway, there's also been surveillance aircraft, U.S. surveillance aircraft that have flown over Turnberry in Scotland recently. So here's the idea. The idea, supposedly, is that Trump is going to fly out of the U.S. to Scotland so that he will be in another country for Biden's inauguration. Yeah? Really? You're going to flee to he's got multiple golf courses here he could go to. He's not going to do that. He's not even going to go to Mar-a-Lago. He's going to flee to a Scottish golf course? That seems weird. Now, Nicola Sturgeon says, so that's the First Minister of Scotland, says that it's not going to be allowed. You can't just fly to Scotland right now because remember, it's a pandemic. And wanting to either hide from your shame or play golf is not a reason to be let into the country. So that's apparently not going to happen. Can they stop the president? Because he would still be the president at that point. I don't know. Now they're denying this. And I would have to say, fleeing the country, I don't think so. Fleeing the inauguration, sure. He doesn't want to be there. Doing a separate event to try to draw attention away, sure. But fleeing the country? Like the image of him literally not even being in the United States as Joe Biden becoming president, that seems too weak. It seems too cowardly, too retreaty. I feel like he would do Mar-a-Lago. Wouldn't he? What do you think? Scotland, really? I don't know. MSM, welcome to Tier 2 membership. Enjoy the top 10 lists. Tone Stower says, can we invent the arc of truth from SG1 and use it on all the politicians? Or at least a lasso of truth. That might be easier to make. I don't know. No chance Scotland goes into full lockdown at midnight. Stay safe, John. Yeah, we're actually going to be talking about that in a little bit. No other planet would have him. Extradition. Actually, he's moving to Russia. He's not moving to Russia. He can't stay in Mar-a-Lago either. Well, technically he can't, but Samba Dragon's here. He's a coward. His neighbors hate him too. Scotland extradited, right? They're not going to extradite him. Trump, a loser, will hide in Florida on the 20th. I think so. Hey, Omega Dragon, how's it going? I gotta end because I'm worried about the notifications thing, and we're gonna start soon. But I'm gonna close by saying it's funny. I don't think that it's likely to happen at this point. Like being out of the country, like he's got to show solidarity with his base, right? Like traveling abroad is the exact opposite of anything that they would do. It's too funny. I don't know. We don't get it to be that funny. Echo the Cat, welcome. Looks like some people think he will. Although it's hard to tell. It's like the question, do you think he'll have to be dragged out of the White House? Like answering yes isn't necessarily saying you think it's going to happen. It's like expressing that you want it to happen. So anyway, the important thing is that the transition actually happens. And by the way, that is getting very close. We're going to have some sort of party, right? Let's have a party. But today, hopefully we'll be able to party later on when the election returns come in, assuming that they come in today. They're not going to be set, they're still going to be challenged and everything, and we're going to talk about it a lot on the show, but very consequential. Very consequential. Okay, everybody, thank you so much for watching the pre-show. Almost 10,000 of you, geez. And almost a third hit the like button. Screw the quarter. I'm down for the third of the audience. Anyway, thank you, everybody. We got the show coming up with Jason Carter in like 20 or so minutes, so go get yourself a drink, maybe fill your tummy a little bit, get some food, some eggs, and I will see you in just a little.